Hi, so in this video we're going to be working with the angle bisector, as you know, right? The angle bisector is a ray or a segment that divide an angle into two congruent angles. As you can see, this one, DB is the bisector of a angle ADC, right? Divides that angle into congruent angles, right? The angle bisector determines if a point is on the bisector of an angle, then the point is equidistant from the side of the angle. So that means that if that point is on this segment, that is the bisector of this triangle, that means that AB is congruent to BC, right? So let's see a couple of exercises using the definition of angle bisector and the angle bisector theorem. Right? So it says in each figure shows a triangle with one of its angles bisectors, right? Of one of the angle bisectors. Right? So in this case, I want to find angle 1. I know that angle CXY is 38, right? So it's XB is the angle bisector. That means that the measure of angle 1 is the half of 38. So that means that is 19 degrees. So in this case, it's now telling me that angle 2 is 34 degrees, right? Because I know that this is the angle bisector. That means that angle 1 is also 34 degrees. So that means that angle BDC is 2 times 34. So that means that is 68 degrees. Okay. So again, angle 1 is 27 degrees. Angle 2 is also 27 degrees. And I want to find angle TRS. So the measure of angle TRS equals 2 times 24, so it's 54. 2 times 27, sorry, so it's 54 degrees. Okay, now I want to find angle 1. I know that this one is 5x minus 6. Angle 2 is 4x. So to find angle 1, I need to find first the value of x, right? Because this is a bisector, that means that it divides the angles into congruent angles. So the measures are equal to each other. So minus 4x minus 4x, so x minus 6 equals 0. The 6, x equals 6. Now I'm going to plug in that on angle 1. So 5 times 6 minus 6, 30 minus 6 equals 24 degrees. That's the measure of angle 1. Okay, so in this one I have the angle SQR. These complete angles 11x plus 7. And that this angle is 6x minus 1. So that means that 2 times 11x plus 7 equals 2 times 6x minus 1. Why 2 times, right? Remember you have 6x minus 1 here, and you also have 6x minus 1 over here, right? Because those two angles are congruent. Angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent, right? So 6x minus 1 and 6x minus 1. So 11x plus 7 is the same as 2 times 6x minus 1. So 11x plus 7 equals 12x minus 2. So minus 12x minus 12x. So negative x plus 7 equals negative 2. Minus 7, negative x equals negative 9, negative 1, negative 1. So x equals 9. But it's actually asking me to find angle 1. So I'm just going to plug that information back on angle 1. 6 times 9 minus 1, 54 minus 1 equals 53 degrees. Now I want to find angle FDE, right? I know that angle 2 is 5x plus 2, angle 1 is 4x plus 6. So that means that, again, this is the bisector. We saw that, right? This is the bisector. So that means that it's dividing angle FDE into congruent angles. So 4x plus 6 equals 5x plus 2. So minus 2 on both sides. So 4x plus 4 equals 5x minus 4x. So x equals 4. I'm going to plug in that back in. So the measure of angle 2 equals 5 times 4 plus 2. So 20 plus 2 is 22, right? So that means that angle, the measure of angle FDE, is twice of 22. So that means that is 44 degrees, right? If I plug in this 4 right here, I have 4 times 4 is 16, plus 6 is 22 also, right? Next one, so I have angle 2 is 7x plus 2. Angle 1 is 6x plus 8, so that means that 7x plus 2 equals 6x plus 8 minus 6x. X plus 2 equals 8 minus 2. X equals 6. So the measure, I'm finding what? RTS. So 6. The measure of angle 1 equals 6 times 6 plus 8. So 36 plus 8 is 44 degrees. Again, 7 times 6 is 42 plus 2 is 44 degrees. So that means that the measure of angle RTS equals 2 times 44. So it's 88 degrees. Last one. Again, this is the bisector. Now I know that it's the bisector because it's marking those two angles that are congruent, right? And now the angle bisector theorem says that any point, so J is on the angle bisector, is equidistant from the side of the triangle. So that means that these two distances right here, this distance and this side are congruent. So x plus 5 equals 2x minus 7 minus 5 minus 5, x equals 2x minus 12 minus 2x, negative x equals negative 12, so x equals 12, right? So jk equals 12 plus 5. Again, I'm plugging that information right here because they are asking me to find x, jk, and jm. So this is 17, and the next one, jm, should be also 17. So 24 minus 7 equals 17. And there I have my 3 answers. That's it for the angle bisector. May the force be with you.